Yes, sir. My name is Maurice Simonet, and we worked on that boat every day.
Address, please.
1977 Northeast 119th Road, where the boat was at in the private dock. It was not in the public. So, of course, the rules say that.
We on tab D, right? Oh, you are the on, okay.
Excuse me? Oh, okay. So, I was in contact with them every day, and we was at the boat every day, so it wasn't derelict or left. We was with the boat every day. We had professionals out there trying to help us get it up. We had a crane come out there. We had trucks and everything trying to come up. We were stuck in the mud, but we put some balloon on and finally got it up. When we finally got it up, of course, they came to take the boat, and we was never notified they were going to take the boat. They said they were going to fine us. And I understood that. I know you're supposed to put a lien on the property and all of that, because I was told that by them. But then they came to take the boat within about 3 weeks. But of course, 23.11 Florida statute says you get 60 days. But of course, we were cut short. And the reason why I was working so hard on the boat, because that boat was being used to finance an event that we're doing at Bayfront Park with Garth Brooks and the OJs and everybody else, about 90-something stars at the American Gala Award. Because I financed it last year when we did it, so we was going to do it this year. So now that has been stopped. And I'm trying to get it back. I asked them, I've been asking every day after it was taken up. They took it up the first day. They said the first day after they got it out, because they couldn't get it out, we got it out for them. Because the police officer told us, listen, if you get it out by Wednesday, you can take your boat. On Monday, we got it up. On Tuesday, we were going to take the boat out, and on Tuesday, they came to take the boat. We got all this on film. You can go to Maurice Facebook, Maurice Simonet Facebook, SYMONETT. I'm sorry, I'm hoarse right now, but on that site, you'll see that we actually got the boat up like they asked us to, and given it a take, and then they came and took it on Tuesday after we spent all that money to get the boat up. Okay, so what I'm asking here is, I've been asking for a week, and I know they're charging storage fees. Where's the boat? How much does it cost to get it? I've been asking the city manager here for every day since then. He told me he was going to give it to me the next day. He never gave it to me. So I know the price is going up and up and up, because I know the boat is worth about $200,000 in aluminum alone, and it appraises for $1.2 million. So, and it was a nice boat. Of course, it was sabotaged. That's what the Coast Guard told me. They cut the ropes, and somebody cut the wire on it deliberately and sunk the boat. And we was trying every day to get it up, because we knew how important it was to this event, because this event is to rid homelessness among vets. And that's what we got the city of Miami mayor on camera saying on AmericanGala.com. If you go to that site, you can see 96 stars saying they're coming to perform.
Mr. Simonet, I give you way more than 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm not clear exactly what you are asking.
I want to know, where is the boat and how much does it cost? Because the same CTO told me it was going to charge $8,000 to get it up, but we already had a crane coming. Now it's up to $74,000. I don't know how it got there, but it's $74,000. And I'm not a drug dealer, or a pimp, or a prostitute, so I don't know how in the world to get it. Right. But I'm going to get it, because I have brothers who are going to help me, because we have a loan against that boat pending.
Is there? I mean, this is not something that can be resolved here, apparently. So I don't know if.
He knows where that. He knows the address to where the
Mr. Manager, what say you at this point of time?
What say I is I've spoken with Mr. Simmons, as he knows. I've informed him that he has to pay for this salvage regardless. That's why we're following the lien. The salvage, I don't know the exact location of the remains of the vessel, but I know it's at a salvage yard on the Miami River. We'd have to contact the tow company, but per statute and the city attorney.
So we already got an invoice from the towing company.
We've already paid it.
Oh, we've already paid it.
Right. So that's why we need to get our money. So I've explained that to you, Mr. Simmons.
Mayor, council, as we said, this proceeding took place under state statute. We keep being we keep being told there was a 60-day notice requirement. There isn't a 60-day notice requirement. The 60-day notice requirement comes into place if the derelict boat was on private property.
Your mic is on, right?
Yeah, it's on. It's green. It's if it was on private property, and it's the private owner would have to give 60 days notice. This boat was removed by the police powers of the city. This is no different than if you had a derelict car in someone's neighborhood. The city goes in and takes the car. We can destroy the car. We can do whatever we'd like to do with it because it's the police power. We actually went a little bit further and gave the owner of the boat 10 days notice. He didn't comply. We then gave him another 3 days notice, which we weren't required to do at all. There's facts that will be given out tonight that we don't concur with. My understanding was the tow company took this boat out of the water on their own. No one assisted it. There's a bunch of facts here. We've been threatened with a lawsuit, so I don't care to discuss the facts with anyone. But that's where we are. We don't have to. It's a really simple response.
Okay.
If the owner has $75,000 to pay the city, when we asked for the $75,000 to be paid, then he could have got the boat. He didn't. So now the cities can have the boat destroyed. We can take whatever salvage we can get and offset it off the cost. But that's what's required at this point. $75,000. We're not required to wait a year for him to get anything done, any of that stuff. So that's where we are with it.
Let me ask a question, Mr. City Manager. How many days when we find out that the boat was sank, approximately how many days? So I know we gave him a 10-day notice, but how many days was this going
I have
on?
to check specifically with code, but it had been out there for several, at least 2 to 3 weeks. I think.
What? Okay.
When the city was
When the
notified,
city went- Mr. Simmons, do you know how many days?
Yes, we were out there like 2 weeks
Prior.
because we were diving to close up all the holes in the
I see.
window.
Okay.
And then they gave us a 10-day notice, but the notice never told us they were going to take the boat. It just said they were going to fine us $250, and then they had to get it up. I was told by the code enforcement officer that they would put a lien against the property if they had to get it up and take that kind of action. So I understood that, but I was still working every day to get it up. And when I finally got it up, the next day they came to get it, and then they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it out themselves because it kept falling back over. They found out how hard it was to get it out, and then I asked them to give me just that 1 more day to get 2 more days to get it out. He told me you got from Monday to Wednesday on camera, and he gave me to that moment. I got it up, had it floating, getting ready to take it out. And then they came on Tuesday morning and took the boat.
Well, at this point,
But that's not what I'm
let's
worried
put a
about.
cap on this. At this point of time, Mr. Simonet, I understand that the city actually has done its due diligence before acting, and at this point of time, pretty much the shell has already been broken. We can't put the egg back in. And
I just want to know where it's located so that I can go get it.
I think this is something that has to be handled through legal means only.
You
I
can't.
mean, not in this meeting. I mean, we cannot.
You cannot tell me where it's located
Yeah,
so that I can go get it.
that will be handled maybe tomorrow or sometime this week, next week,
Mr.
through the
Simmons.
office of the manager and,
Simmons, if you
and
wanna-
the city attorney.
Once again, have a discussion with me tomorrow in my office. You're more than welcome to come by.
Okay.
So,
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. I remember 2 weeks ago when you required that we give you permission to tow the boat. You said you're gonna add the money to the house.
yes, we are filing the lien on the house. Yes.
Okay, if you file a lien on the house, that's when the boat belongs to them if they pay the tow.
No, it does not.
That's to explain me.
We were not paid the tow. The requirement was to get the boat back after we towed it, he had to immediately pay the amount of the tow. And then
The
he
same
went back.
day. That's why I found that out.
Mr. Simmons, hold on.
I'm sorry.
He did not pay. So now our only means.
Why he did not pay?
The tow.
The tow company.
He didn't pay the tow company. We
So
paid.
you paid, but if you
How much
paid-
it is?
It's 70, whatever.
74,000.
74,000? Yeah, but that money, you said you were gonna put a lien on the
his
property.
So once you
But
do that,
the boat belong to him. If you're gonna put a lien on the property. You're not putting it on the boat, you put it on his house.
Right. He owes the city the $70,000 we paid to tow his sunken boat. So,
So the boat's worthless. So the only means for us to recover is to put a lien on his home, so if the home.
Until you strip the boat and get your money, and then you can remove the lien.
It depends on what the value of whatever's left of the boat. Whatever's left, that'll constitute a lien on the property. And if the property's ever sold and there's excess, then the city will get its money.
But a question, you spent $74,000 to tow the boat. What about the storage now? Who's paying the storage?
No,
$74,000 for everything?
No, the state statute, once the boat, it's in the hands of the tow company, it's in the hands of the tow company.
Oh, it has nothing to do with
like
it.
That's why we don't know where it is.
That's when you give it to
okay.
them?
Yeah,
That's, okay.
How can you give it to them?
that's what the state statute provides.
Whatever the
Whatever
value
it is.
of the boat?
As a matter of fact, we could have, and I think we did apply, the state will give us a grant to do this. I mean, this is all authorized by
Okay.
state statute.
Yeah, but understand, but it is within 30 days.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
When you put a lien on the property, right? The boat belongs to him.
No, I'm not sure where you get that.
That's when you tow the boat.
Okay, this is, you have to imagine, this is the city acting as a police officer, right? So the city says there is a derelict boat in public waters. The state statute says you must remove that boat in public waters. So we went as a police, as the police powers of the state, we exercised it. We took the boat. The state statute allows, once that's removed, it goes to the tow company. They have insurance. They do what they need to do with the boat.
That's when you cannot recover.
No,
If you have $74,000 right now,
He would have
he
had
paid
to,
that.
Once it was
You're gonna
gone.
give him his boat back?
No, he would have to have given us that $75,000 the day we removed the boat.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Vice Mayor. But if you tow a car in front of somebody's house, wait, hold on 1 second. Maybe it's not identical. If you tow a vehicle from in front of somebody's front yard, right? And the tow company take it to the yard, whatever. But that vehicle still belongs to the owner, and they still have the rights to go to the towing company and pay the storage fees and everything, and so they can recover their property. So why is that different than a boat?
Different because the state statute says it's different.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so.
And if you want me to read it, I can read the state statute.
No,
but it's what the
no.
state says.
No,
So it's not.
No, I would like for you to read it, but I want to hear what Vice Mayor has to say first.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, Mr. Attorney, forget the legal thing. Mr. Manager, let me go to you. How can you call the company and get this man, once we put the lien, get his boat back?
Are you directing me to give him?
Yeah, it's not a vote. It would be, but I'm asking you a simple question.
It may be helpful before you answer for me to just read.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Just read the statute
Mhm.
so that you understand how this works. Okay, it's unlawful for a person, firm, or corporation to store, leave, or abandon any derelict vessel in this state. The commission, officers of the commission, and any law enforcement agency or officer specified in section 327.70 are authorized and empowered to relocate, remove, or cause to be relocated or removed a derelict vessel from public waters if the derelict vessel obstructs or threatens to obstruct navigation or in any way constitutes a danger to the environment, property, or person. The commission, officers of the commission, or any other law enforcement agency or officer acting under this subsection to relocate, remove, or cause to be relocated or remove a derelict vessel from public waters shall be held harmless for all damages to the derelict vessel resulting from such relocation or removal unless the damage results from gross negligence or willful misconduct. Removal of the derelict vessel under this subsection may be funded by grants provided under section, and it gives you sections. The commission shall implement a plan for the procurement of any available federal disaster funds and use such funds for removal of derelict vessels. All costs, including costs owed to a third party, incurred by the commission or other law enforcement agency in the relocation or removal of a derelict vessel are recoverable against the vessel owner. The Department of Legal Affairs shall represent the commission in actions to recover such costs as provided. It gives another section. A person who neglects or refuses to pay such costs may not be issued a certificate of registration for such vessel or any other vessel or motor vehicle until such costs have been paid.
Okay.
A contractor, let me finish so you understand. A contractor performing relocation or removal activities at the direction of the commission, officers of the commission, or law enforcement agency, or officers pursuant to this section must be licensed in accordance with applicable United States Coast Guard regulations where required, obtain and carry in full force and effect a policy from a licensed insurance carrier in the state to insure against any accident, loss, injury, property damage, or other casualty caused by or resulting from the contractor's action, and be properly equipped to perform the services to be provided. When a derelict vessel, and this is the section that everyone keeps talking about with the 60 days notice, when a derelict vessel is docked, grounded, or beached upon private property without the consent of the owner of the property, the owner of the property may remove the vessel at the vessel owner's expense 60 days after the compliance with the notice requirement specified in the section. The private property owner may not hinder reasonable efforts by the vessel owner or the vessel owner's agent to remove the vessel. Notice given pursuant to this subsection is presumed to be delivered when it's deposited with the United States Postal Service, certified and properly addressed with prepaid postage. And then it goes on to another section which talks about this being a misdemeanor of the first degree and shall be punishable by provided by law if someone interferes with the removal of the boat. So what we're saying is this isn't on the city code. We may not like the scheme that the state.
But what I'm asking again, Mr. I mean, I didn't hear the part where it says that once the vessel has been towed, it automatically belongs to the towing company.
Oh.
Okay.
It did not stipulate that. I mean, is that?
Yes. It is.
It is in there?
It's in here. It's in the case
no,
law.
huh?
Believe me, before we.
No, that it belongs to the towing company. Now, if he comes up with the $75,000, which is well, we've already paid it. You said?
Got the check this week.
Okay. Now, if he comes back tomorrow with a check or next week, whatever time we give him to pay that money, he still loses the boat.
The boat is
Okay,
gone.
Mr. Mayor.
So when it's told, it is understood that
That's why we
I,
get notice.
I'm lost. I mean, I still don't get it.
But if he had left his car abandoned in the middle of I-95, they wouldn't have just let it sit there. They would have come and taken it away. So in this case, I understand the boat was underwater for a series of weeks.
Being worked on.
I'm gonna guess, I'm not a boater, but.
It was still above water, but it was just leaned over. It was tilted. It was still in.
The
It was,
boat.
I got
I'm
pictures.
not
It was,
I'm not a boater. I've seen the photos.
And
I
it
don't
was
know
not in the,
how
public-
the Titanic was also for a little while a little above water. In this case, your boat was significantly submerged for a series of weeks. Am I correct, Mr. Manager, Mr.
No,
Attorney?
sir. It was on
Mr. Manager,
submerged
Mr. Attorney? Mr.
Yeah.
Simonette, you're not my manager or my attorney. If I've got mistaken information, I need to know it. Was this boat underwater?
The boat sank. I just got notification from the boat. It sank prior to April 6th, and we removed it on May 11th.
So for over a month, it sat mostly submerged in the middle of a public waterway. You understand why we had to remove it?
no, sir.
Why
Because first of all,
okay, if you don't
can I
understand
finish it?
No.
You asked me a question, I want to answer
it. Mr. Simonette.
And I'm ready to go with this if we have to go with this. But Mr. Simonette, you were negligent by leaving your boat submerged in a public waterway for over a month. If you were so concerned about that boat, why didn't you come get it before we had to take it away at taxpayer expense? Taxpayers had to take away your broken down, submerged boat that sat there for over a month. We're going to get our money back because we're not your private service.
Okay, now you ready? You ready for an answer now, sir?
No.
Mr. Simonette, if you have an answer, Mr. Simonette, I'll see at the ballot
No,
box.
let's not do the back and forth. We're not going to do it tonight.
Then let's not drag this out. For
Okay.
the next, let's not drag this out. For
Okay.
the next
All I want to know is where to get the boat
Miss
from.
Miss Constable.
Through the mayor to the attorney. This is going to become a lien on the property. Is this a super priority lien in that if the property is sold or foreclosed, that the bank could wipe out our lien, or does that remain?
That I don't know, but I don't believe it's not like a utility lien that's
So if for any reason the property is foreclosed, we will never get paid. There's no guarantee that our city is gonna get that money back.
Correct. And in terms of, I just found it, in terms of destroying the boat, it's in our city code also. I can read that too. But again, before we did
What's
this,
in the code?
Read it.
I'm trying to. A request for a hearing, maybe, I'm trying to find the right, a request for a hearing before the special magistrate by the owner of any persons interested in the attacks must be made in writing to, and it gives the notice, before the expiration of the 10-day period. Otherwise, such property shall be presumed to be derelict, junk, or abandoned property and will be removed and destroyed by order of the city.
How long does it have to remain?
This
there?
is after a 10-day notice.
10 days.
Which we
How long
gave.
was this boat in the waterway?
We gave them 30, well, it was whatever amount of time before we gave notice,
Over a
and
month.
we gave them an extra 3 days, and so.
So under our city
It
code.
was 3 weeks and they couldn't get it up for 6
under,
days.
Under our city code, if it was derelict for more than 10 days, it could be junked under that code.
Yeah.
And it was underwater and derelict for over 30 days. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Attorney, I know you read the statute, and me being a teacher, that didn't mean much to me, because I understand that, but what I just saw, and maybe you could explain it to me, it's a little bit injustice. Now, I understand that we paid to get it removed, that we must get our money back. My question and it's not so much a legal issue, it's to the manager. If we put a lien on the house, whatever the case is, and we do get our money back, let's just say, are you telling me that he's not entitled to get the, whatever the boat might be worth, but to us it may be worth nothing, so you're saying that we cannot help him get his boat back?
All I can tell you is, or maybe there's some offset to the amount owed, but there's an offset to the amount owed, but at this time, the boat, because we had to tow it and it was really of disrepair. You know, it's at the, at the tow yard.
That's not what you think.
Right.
As the owner of the boat.
Yes.
But if you end up paying tomorrow the $74,000, how
I
is he gonna get his boat
If he
back?
pays us $74,000 tomorrow, we'll give him I'll find out the location of the boat yard and we'll see what we can do. Because we've already, at that point you're saying we recovered our money.
Yeah, but because 2 weeks ago when you went that before us, it was paying the 74,000, put a lien on the property, but you didn't even tell us, give that to the boat, it belonged to the storage, to the company. That's mean,
Well,
we have to leave it open, we have to find the boat if you pay $74,000.
that being said, since you guys have been thinking along that line, what kind of agreement have you signed with the towing company? Are they under the understanding that the boat now belongs to them?
The boat is whatever materials are scrap materials.
No, are they under the understanding that the boat now belongs to them?
Yes, it's
But
scrap.
they got paid $75,000.
Yes, I understand, and that was that their bid.
To me, when I call a junkyard to pick up a car, I don't pay for the transport. You come to pick it up, I want to give you that junk car, come and get it, but there is no towing fee paid. If that boat belongs to the junkyard or to wherever it is now, then they should not have been compensated for the towing.
But it took more than towing. They had to right the boat to be able to pull the boat out
Pump
of
it
the
out.
waterway.
Okay, so the boat cannot belong to them. There was nothing in that statute that says
I
that
don't-
the boat belongs. Hold on 1 second, I'm talking to the manager.
If you will, in the bid, there is an offset in the amount that we paid for salvage value. It's in the pricing. So we did get a pricing reduction, which you're saying, the offset that you're looking for.
Oh, okay, so normally it would be more than 74?
It would have been more than the 75.
Oh, that's
we
the
gave his
information
vote,
we didn't have
so
then.
the city agreed to give whatever the difference was as a result of that. See, that part wasn't clear to us.
Because
and
the
if we
vote
talk
is-
about transparency, we need to let them know exactly how it went down, because
We-
I got a call from him and I didn't know nothing
I know
that
you
went on.
weren't here, And
Councilman Galvin, the reason that I'm a little bit frustrated because I'm getting all the details right now. I did not know, and when I asked of this, they told me that I was okay. That okay, fine. We get his boat until he paid us. He doesn't get his boat back. I'm okay with that. But now it's like even if he does give us the money back, we had already agreed that they could keep his boat, and that's just unfair to anybody. It does. You put these men today, they need somebody else tomorrow. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But again, if you leave your vehicle, whether it's a motorized vehicle or it's a water vehicle, if you leave your broken down vehicle in the public right of way, we have a duty as a city to remove it. So that's why.
Which is fine. But what he's saying even if you pay the storage fee, you don't get it back. We get to keep it, and that's my only concern.
My frustration is that if Mr. Simonet had shown this much interest in his boat for the 30-plus days it sat in the public waterway, I'd be a lot more sympathetic. When you don't care about it while it's there, and then you care about it when it's gone.
But
Hold on one second, guys. One at a time.
If I agree with the manager, if he walks in with a $75,000 check tomorrow and there's a way to get him his shell of a boat back, please do. Recognize though, it sat underwater for over a month. It's probably in not very good condition. But if you want to pay $75,000 for something that's not in very good condition, God bless. I don't have a problem with it. But we're going to sit here and debate this tonight. I will say no more, Mr. Cazot, because they've already threatened us with a lawsuit, and I'm not going to sit here and.
No, we didn't threaten you with a lawsuit.
Again.
Hold on one second. This is not being done the right way. We cannot do the back and forth. I mean, if we. Okay, so at this point of time, I guess.
I'd make a motion to ratify the manager's, just to ratify the resolution. Are we still in public hearing?
I have a question.
Was it public hearing? Because we were here. Oh, yeah, okay.
My name is Gwen Hunter, and I'm the one that wrote the letter.
The mic.
My question is.
Go to the mic, Hunter. And we need your address.
My address is 2035 Linton Lake Drive, Apartment B in Delray Beach, Florida. My question is, why would you say that he was not trying to resolve the problem when he was very diligently working on trying to get the boat up for 3 weeks? I don't understand your point on that. And first of all, the boat was never totally submerged in water and we have videos of that. I mean, hopefully you've seen the video. There's nothing showing that boat was completely up underwater. And my next question is, what is your definition of a derelict boat? Because that boat was looking pretty good to me. So what is your definition of a derelict boat? And it was never abandoned because they were constantly working on it. I don't understand your point.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you. What is the direction we need to go with now at this point, Mr. Attorney? No. Public hearing is now closed. I see no one coming.
I make a motion to ratify the expenditure, which is all that's really in front of us on this resolution.
I still have a question, Mr. Manager. How can we get him his boat back?
again, we can't get his boat back. However, like I just stated, if he pays $75,000 tomorrow, I will make every effort to get him the salvage, to get him to the boat yard. I don't know the exact address where it is, and if there's any salvage there, we will deal with it.
Are you saying you destroyed the boat?
Ma'am, you're out of order now. Please sit down. Yeah.
Because my thing is, I don't know this man. It has nothing to do with Mr. Simonet, whoever else is here. It's just on the principle of the whole thing. Because I don't want whatever happens with him, somebody else in Keystone, wherever happened, and we do the same thing. We have to make sure if they're able to pay, or we put a lien, we get our money back, and they get their property back. That's just my principle.
Okay.
That's just the end of it. So you understand where I'm coming from.
So just to piggyback on what Vice Mayor just said, I mean, simply saying that if he pays the fees, that we are going to do everything in our efforts to, that's not good enough. If he pays the $74,000, we have to guarantee him that he will get his boat back.
Under state law, he vacated
The state law,
we can't ignore the state law.
Mr. Councilman, I was talking. There was nothing in the state law, the one that was just read, that says that the minute that this vessel got towed, that he automatically lose ownership of the property. There was nothing, I mean, I didn't hear it.
Mayor, if you didn't hear, I read the city code, which does say that.
The
So it's not the state code, it's that part is the city code. I'll read the other section of it. Is if a hearing is not requested and if at the end of the 10 days after posting such notice, the owner or any person interested in the article described in such notice has not removed the article from public property or shown reasonable cause for failure to do so, the code compliance inspector may cause the article to be removed and destroyed, and the salvage value, if any of the same, shall be retained by the city government to be applied against the cost of removal and destruction thereof.
Yeah, to be applied against the cost. You said to be applied to the cost that we have toward the $74,000.
That's what you said. You just asked me under what authority we destroyed the vessel.
No, what I'm asking, this is the second question now.
Okay, what's the other question?
There is a part that says if we destroy it and garnish some revenue from whatever let's say we destroy it and we sell the part for $30,000.
Then it reduces the amount of the $75,000 that is owed.
In the budget.
It will reduce the amount.
Yeah, the amount of the lien.
Yes.
But in the event that he comes with the entire amount, then we don't get to destroy it. That's still his. If you don't get to destroy it, he comes with the $74,000 tomorrow. The vessel is still there, not totally destroyed.
Then we can make arrangements for him to get that property.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
I'd love to know how this all turns out. Will you schedule this for a follow-up discussion at our next council meeting? I'm willing to bet the $75,000 isn't provided in the vote is where it is now.
Yeah, well, nobody knows this. You know.
Who are you?
No, but I'm just saying.
I
this is
withdraw my
not
motion to
going-
ask for follow-up.
You know, this is just a little bit vulnerable.
We have a motion by
We borrowed the money, the previous council agreed 2 weeks ago to spend the money. I mean, the only thing that's really before us is to ratify the expense.
There is no second.
I'll second the motion.
Can we get an invoice of what was paid to the tow company as well? We paid.
Well, at this point, no, the motion has been seconded, like, it's open for discussion. The only statement I would make at this time, Mr. Simon, you still have the opportunity to ask us. You have the right to ask us to table this item. You can ask us. They'll be giving you time. Maybe you can come up with the $74,000 before, within 2 weeks.
That's way different than the motion that's on the table. I think the motion on the table would have to.
It's up for discussion now. We haven't
The
voted.
motion to continue doesn't come from Mr. Simonet. Councilman Simonet has not yet.
You can make a request.
So.
What are you doing this time?
In the meantime, I'm sorry, I've been up here for a little bit of time, I'm just trying to follow the actual rules of procedure, these types of meetings. If there is a motion to continue.
Okay, at this point of time, I'm going to ask if there is any discussion on the item, on the motion that was made.
No, the only thing, if we pay the 75,000, we have to find his boat.
Okay.
That's the only fine.
Anything else?
That has nothing.
No, hold on 1 second, Mrs. Vice Mayor, Mrs. Councilman. Are you finished, Mr. Councilman? Mr. Vice Mayor, do you have any comment on the item? Okay. Go ahead.
We're just ratifying what the manager already spent. I mean, if we don't ratify it, our city has spent the money. What are we gonna do if we don't ratify this? Well, I mean, attorney, we spent the money. you can't unspend the money. I'm just trying to ratify what you all did. Well, you all agreed to.
Don't say while we were in China, because I don't think you're
Okay.
But 2 weeks ago,
I had a discussion that we about it.
So what happens if we don't ratify this? If this fails tonight, what happens? We spend the money.
We spent the money and it wasn't authorized in the
we
budget.
got nothing to do with,
Wasn't authorized.
we cover his boat or not, what we have before. We still got it ratified.
Ma'am, you may have a seat, please. We will ask you to come to the microphone if we need to ask you something. Yes. I was asking the lady to have a seat.
Mr. Mayor, I would call the question on the matter at hand, which is the motion that has been made and seconded.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Keys and seconded by Councilman Galvin to ratify the expense. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0. Through the mayor, can I go back to tab C to get Councilman Yemen's vote?
Can I ask a question of Mr. Manager or Mr. Attorney? So, what is left now of the issue, now that the fees have been ratified, what rights does the owner or previous owner have?
Well, from my vantage, Mr. Mayor, based on your directive, I open myself to again meet with Mr. Simonet. We'll find out the location of the vessel. Excuse me, the vessel, the storage yard where it is, and if indeed he pays the $75,000, we'll make arrangements for him to get the remaining property.
Through the mayor, can I go back to tab C?
Yes. I say yes.
You say yes. Okay, so item C passes 5-0. Tab E, proposed resolutions of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the attached waiver of plat for the unplatted property of approximately 3.9 acres in size, generally located 12200 Northeast 14th Avenue, and specifically identified with Miami-Dade County Folio number 06-2229-000-0171, in accordance with Article 3, Division 8, Section 3-802 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances.